Is it possible this is a real werewolf that was caught on camera like this photograph claims to show? Or is this just some wannabe werewolf fakery? I've got the answer to that scary question, plus answers on a couple other very curious items that you guys sent in. Like this picture that wants us to believe there's a real creepy clown motel out there, and this photo claiming this animal is actually real. Hey guys, Bill here. You know, out of all the classic monsters like vampires, witches, zombies, Bigfoot, I gotta say that for me personally, probably the scariest of them all is the dreaded werewolf. Werewolves come in all shapes and sizes, but basically they're considered to be humans that transform into wolves and then back to humans again. They're considered very dangerous creatures as they attack humans more often than other animals. Now, a lot of people believe that werewolves are just fictional characters that we read about in books or see in movies. But a lot of people on the internet want us to believe they are real and post recorded sightings from all over the world. Like this hoax beast from who knows where, or this famous fake sighting from Brazil. But what about this one? The picture was sent in by Augusta Musta and claims to be a real live werewolf caught on camera. Augustus wrote, "Bill, is this thing a real werewolf?" Augustus, before the internet came along, I just considered werewolves like myth, as in fairy tale or fiction. But now we got all these people that are posting all these pictures and videos and claiming they were able to capture a real life werewolf on camera. And it's gotten to the point where I'm not so sure whether these things are real or not anymore, as I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering. So I'll tell you what, why don't we dig into this and see if we can find the truth. On first look, it doesn't look much like a traditional werewolf, but that may be due to the fact that our only reference comes from the movies, which are, by the way, all fake. The photo first started circulating on WhatsApp and other social media sites in April of 2016. Then, two newspapers in Argentina and Brazil published the photo, but with additional information. They said the beast was seen fighting with two dogs and killed them both. I'm not so sure what to think about this one because, on the one hand, let's face it, this would be so easy to fake. It's not even a video, it's just a picture. But on the other hand, after I did some reading, I found out that South America actually is a real hotspot for werewolf sightings. Even the indigenous peoples of the rainforest have claimed to have seen a living werewolf. So I guess the real question comes down to, what do you guys think? Okay, did you vote? Good, because I'm going to get out the official answer right now because I want to find out if I had to change my behavior when there's a full moon, as in don't go outside. That would be actually really creepy if there were real werewolves in this world. All right, now let's see. Well, the good news is we have a smoking gun here. So that means unknown is out of the question because we got proof for the answer. And the answer is fake. As it turns out, the smoking gun that proves the picture is a fake is this one. It's actually a piece of concept art for Remus Lupin, a crazy professor in Harry Potter who thinks he can shapeshift into a werewolf. If you take a look at these two images side by side, you can clearly see the so-called Argentinian wolfman is really just, the same as the concept art. Or, in other words, so fake, it's funny! And by the way, you know, the next time there's a full moon, you don't have to worry about going outside. Now, there are people in this world that grow extra hair on their face and body because they have a genetic disorder. You don't have to be worried about being attacked by a real werewolf because they don't exist. They only exist in movies, books, and of course, the internet. Speaking of creepy creatures, if you're like me, I'll bet creepy looking clowns really scare you. Okay, well, the good news is you're not alone because creepy clowns scare a lot of people, even Kramer from the old Seinfeld TV series.
Are you still scared of clowns? Yeah.
So here's the question. If so many people are scared of creepy clowns, then who in their right mind would open up a motel filled with hundreds of creepy clown statues and pictures and think people would actually want to stay there? The picture was sent in by Noah Lee, who wrote, "Bill, could you see if this place is real or fake?" Well, Noah, when I first saw this picture, I was like, oh, that would be so easy to fake, it's not even funny. All we have to do is get into our Photoshop and make a sign that looks something like this. Now say Clown Motel. See how easy that is? But on the other hand, there are tons of weird and wacky offbeat hotels all over the world, so this one could go either way. And we'll get right to the answer here and find out if there is a way stop for creepy clowns to get a room, and you can get the room next door if you want. Okay, and yep, it's a weird world, all right, folks. This motel is real.
Say what?
This photo was taken at a real motel in Nevada called, you got it, Clown Motel. It was originally owned and operated by Bob Perchetti way back in the 1980s, but has since been sold to other owners. Our last picture is this odd little creature. It was sent in by Swiggy Biggie, who just wrote, "Bill, is this a real creature, or did somebody make this thing up?" As in, fake. Well, Swiggy, you know, this world is filled up with all sorts of strange creatures, and believe me, I've seen plenty of them. I've seen so many, in fact, that, well, nothing surprises me anymore. I mean, there are weevils out there with giraffe necks and moths that actually grow a fake snake head in front of their own to scare off predators. Now, as far as this one goes, gotta say, this thing looks awfully familiar, like I've seen it before. But on the other hand, maybe what I saw was a concept for an upcoming Harry Potter movie or something like that. Let me see here. Okay, what do you think? Think you got it right? Think you got it wrong? What's your score so far? Are you 1 for 2, 2 for 1? Or maybe you're 2 for 2? I'm not quite sure what that means. But anyway, the answer is that little creature turns out to be fake. Thanks to Jeff Kane and Marinus Kramer on Facebook, we now know this is a meticulously created sculpture by Italian artist Laida Maganuco. It's a detailed recreation of a real creature known as an eye that lives in Madagascar. This recreation was handmade from silicone, and it weighs in at 192 grams, or about a half pound, and reaches 18 centimeters or 7 inches long. Laida has an Etsy page called Baby Creatures where you can see a whole collection of her odd creatures, including this famous one that many of you guys sent to me last month, also not a real creature. Okay, well, that's all the time I have for this video, but hey, do not click away, because if you do, you're gonna miss out on my favorite fake of the week, and it's coming up in just a few seconds. And hey, don't forget, we have a new show every Friday, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as the notifications bell so you get a shot at being first official comment and win the pin. If you have a picture and you're not quite sure whether it's real or not, send it in to me at billschannel@gmail.com and I'll take a look. Please don't leave links or suggestions in the comment section, because really, the only thing that is going to do is turn me into a mega screamer screaming, "You're driving me crazy!" See you next time. And now for my favorite fake of the week. The video is called Squirrel Steals Airplane and was sent in by Faraz Khan. First posted by Hobby Wars, the video wants us to believe a squirrel ran off with this RC aircraft while the owner wasn't looking. I'll leave a link in the description box in case you want to watch the whole thing. Hey, don't go away just yet. There are a whole lot more real or fakes you can look at. Just go ahead and click on one.